bro.
On with Frankenstein.
Yeah. You guys have no idea. But on the camera stuff, that was the feedback from my 12-year-old son. I showed him the videos, and he was like, "I thought you said Adam got good cameras. These cameras suck, Dad. Shit's all blurry." That was my 12-year-old.
Told you, Adam. Yeah.
Wow.
We want to shoot at 4K. We want to shoot at 4K. Like, so we want to. I guess I need to do some number crunching about like.
No, it's why we're getting the server and doing all that stuff. So all good, but just validation on that point. No.
Thank you, Ray.
Was like,
You
wow.
got the sick cameras. It's just like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anybody to think that we're going to be able to solve this with the server we're buying either. I mean, if we're looking to do like 8 cams at 4K, we may need fucking 8 servers.
See, that's why we need to figure that out.
I know we're going to iterate on what we have, but like,
Right.
there's no guarantee that, the server itself will be able to do this either. When you think about other people who are shooting 8 streams of 4K video, what do you think their requirements are?
So I actually have a question. What are the MacBook spec? Like, what is the name of the MacBook, or like, like the MacBook specs or anything like that? I could look at that.
A MacBook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, this thing is like the fucking creme de la creme of MacBooks. Hold on, let me pull this up. Okay. It's the 13-inch 2024 Thunderbolt 3, 2.4 gigahertz quad-core Intel i7. It's got the Intel graphics card.
Is it? Yeah, it's integrated.
1538 megabytes. Let's see.
1538 megabytes. What is that for? Like, what is that
I
around?
don't even know. I don't think that's the RAM. Oh, memory. Yeah, it's got 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, I think that's the clock, like the memory clock frequency. So like,
That's under graphics card there.
do you have a link for this? Because like, basically, so right off the bat, we're going to be getting about 50% better CPUs from like the CPUs that I sent to Nick, because that's 2.4 gigahertz, and we're looking at like 3.6 or 3.8 gigahertz. So that right there is just a 50% increase. 16 gigabytes of RAM. I told them we were going to be going with 32, maybe even getting up to 64 if we really need to. So right there, we're already, we're going up and up. And then the RAM itself that I'm going to be looking at, it's not going to be anything lower than 3200. So
right.
like that's like, it's all just faster, and the faster processes doesn't necessarily mean we'll be able to get through them that exact pace. Like, it obviously will scale back, but it might take like, if we're getting twice as better stuff, it might take us like 1.5 or like, divided by 1.5 times,
Yeah, I mean, I guess just running it through it like that, though, just seeing how with basically a half as powerful processor, we were maxed out, but we were only.
We need like 3x.
Bottom
line is we need like 3x, not 0.5 more.
We need.
Okay, so if we were
like a shitload more power to do 10 4K cameras.
Once you get up to that level, though, it's not like a linear. It's like a linear 1-to-1. So like if you get a like faster CPU, like it still is going to take time for stuff to happen. Like that is what it is. It's like if you see like a 10% or like a 20% increase in clock speed, you might see a 3% increase in performance. Like that's kind of like the level. Like you're going to keep going up, but like you might spend an extra $1,000 and get 2% difference out of just the CPU. So it's like at the lower end, the increase gets bigger, but it's like logarithmic. So like towards the end, like towards the higher end stuff, the difference in money is huge, but the difference in performance isn't as big. So, and like everywhere that I've looked, everyone's kind of saying that, and if you want to run, if you want to have a video editing PC, you need to have 16 gigabytes of RAM. You need to have at least 2.4 gigahertz CPU. And then I believe they had, then they were talking about storage, but storage isn't like, whatever.
So distinction here, though, is that we don't actually want a video editing PC. We need something that's, and this is what Nick was talking about too, is we may need a separate network interface, because I think it's going to be the network interface that bogs down, and the actual like number of cores we can throw at each connection to each camera. We're not trying to view and render all this video. We just need to be literally shuffling gigabytes down to files, and that's going to be the big bottleneck.
I guess. So I guess that boils down to, I guess what the question now is, because I still think that at the end of the day, video editing is probably, if not using FFmpeg, using an FFmpeg equivalent. Whenever you do video editing and like you kind of like splice videos and you do all this sort of stuff like that, it's visually right in front of you. We're just going to be running like a headless server, so you won't be seeing that. But still, I expect that process right there is going to still be happening 99% about the same. And so,
so I agree with you, is that all of our background video editing is still the same like processing power as actual video editing, but that stuff we have a much higher tolerance for, like running in a single pipeline, getting things, even if there's a delay on this kind of processing, like people are getting their videos a little bit slower. The real problem is that if we want to shoot in 4K and we're trying to record with a server that can't do it, we're going to lose a lot of either complete sections of video, like what we saw with IRP when we connected all the cams to that, where the video quality just went to total shit as soon as the processor couldn't handle it. It wasn't even like lower quality video. It was just dead.
Yeah.
And that's what my concern is, if once we start adding a bunch of cams and recording them.
Very good point. Because I only did research into video editing. I didn't actually do research into video streaming.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's not like a common application that you can just be like, hey, how many videos can this stream?
Right.
I do think the double network interface is a good idea, because we're probably going to want to be able to do hardwired to our local network and then also hardwired out. So there's basically the trunk coming into the PC and then also our like local stuff running to the cameras. That'll be good to have separated. So I forget if that was in your email or not, but we definitely want to include that.
It was not at all. I was only looking at, I was essentially building a PC to edit videos, not to handle incoming stream. So I can definitely look into that more. But yeah, basically everything I looked, that was the other thing. Everything I looked, it said like you need at least a quad core CPU, and the CPUs I got, I threw in the AMD, which is a 6-core, which after this conversation, I'm just feeling like we cannot do 6-core. So the 8-core i7s are already going to be better than what Luke has in his computer again there. So I think that, I can look at higher, like high-end CPUs, but those things start getting the like closer to $10,000 than $1,000 per CPU. And that doesn't even include any of the other components for PCs.
Did you say 10,000?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Right.
Now we're getting into a serious machine. That's what we need.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's called, but I think it's like the AMD Threadripper.
We're just gonna refer to the server as the V8 engine. We need a V8 engine to power this whole thing.
Yeah, so here we go. I'm looking at some of these things and like $5,200, $2,700, $9,700, $17K, $20K, $23K.
Okay. I do think we're probably getting a little too into the weeds here. But we're gonna get the first server here. We got to run some bench tests on it, see what kind of quality we get, see what kind of reliability we get, and if we have to iterate up, then we will.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm on board with that.
Why not get the one that we know can handle we're just going to have to do a little bit more research, but it's like, what can we do to get a machine that can do 10 cameras at 4K?
Right.
First whack, it's like, it's something that I think we're in a position to do right now.
Yep. And so the app that part of our server is going to include the recording functionality for the IP cams. And so sort of in this next version that we're working on now, it'll be able to spin up a separate thread for each camera that we want to connect and record to. And it should be able to, you know, once we get the server in hand, we can deploy it to that and you can start running those bench tests pretty easily. So
Sweet. All right. Do we get it?
Cool.
Emmett, do we still have Emmett here?
Yeah.
he's here.
No, I'm chilling. I got the whole demo up right now. Sorry, that's what I was
I
doing.
saw you holding the phone up earlier.
Yeah, I was trying to see like what the times were. So I can actually, if you were to go to search up Emmett O'Connell on YouTube, I have a live stream up there right now of just me right now.
Yep.
And then I can also, where the fuck is it? Oops, sorry. Host is disabled, participant screen sharing.
This channel doesn't have any content.
Wait, what?
It's like a picture of a bear
No.
or like a teddy bear thing.
Disabled participant screen sharing.
This channel doesn't have any content.
You're on the wrong channel.
There
Yeah.
it is. I got it. A picture of a bear
No.
or like a teddy bear thing.
God.
everybody mute your Emmett stream.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that takes a minute, and then if I can go screen sharing, Luke, can you allow screen sharing for me? Because I can just show you the live stream
Why this is
and
okay.
the window that it sort of exists in.
So so right now you are broadcasting from OBS
Yes.
to your whatever,
Yes.
to your little package, which is then broadcasting to YouTube.
Yeah. So it's
Can
about
you-
a 4-second delay on everything.
Can you now open up that like package thing, like that web page that you have, and just view it from your phone?
That's what he was doing before.
That's right. That's ready to go, Emmett.
Hold on, I just
Okay.
need to go. For whatever reason, it actually is being a little bit of a pain doing that, opening it on my phone. But I think that's mostly because I didn't set up like the local URL correctly. Less so than it is like an
Okay.
issue.
Oh, hold on. I gotta mute the Emmett stream.
Okay.
Okay. That's working though.
Yeah. So if you see right here is the local thing. I need to like change this so it's like a actual URL.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you can go full screen and you can see this. Close it out. This is like the Mac thing where you can just move them around.
Yep.
So yeah, that works. And this is all from the same OBS stream.
Cool.
Sick.
So, but
Nice,
I
man.
That's
Good job.
beautiful.
yeah, nicely done. Just to be clear though, we haven't seen you connect to this though from another device,
No,
right?
we have
Because it's
not.
all from
Yeah.
it's all through the lab. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that done tonight, and then I wanted to start packaging all this up so that once you sort of, plug everything in, it just works.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we should probably chat. Let's set up some time tomorrow to chat about like packaging this in general, because that's something we haven't talked much about yet. Like how we're going to start deploying this to, like, if Luke had the server tomorrow, how are we actually going to get all this running on the server?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking about. Like, I just want this to be like super user friendly to be able to
Yep.
this way you do it. It works. But yeah, so basically for the that's not what I want. For streaming it to other platforms, you just put in this FFmpeg command. So like you have your local thing here, and then RTMP knows
I see it.
You're
Gotcha.
provided with an RTMP from YouTube. So if I were to go to like the YouTube page where I'm hosting this on, hold on, I gotta like move this.
Shift it.
I know, whatever. Yeah, so you just have
And you just copy
this
it
right
yeah.
here, and I assume, I don't know for sure. Whatever. I don't know for sure, but I have to assume that this is a pretty standard method of doing this. Like, I'll get like an RTMP, or anywhere you would get an RTMP.
I think Twitch's looks pretty similar as well.
Yeah, and then the stream key should stay consistent for the page that you have, because this one didn't change between when I was trying this yesterday and doing it right now. So we should be able to hard code those depending on, yeah, we should be able to hard code those.
So I just realized Twitch had its entire source code leaked.
Oh yeah,
recently.
it did. Yes.
So we should just copy all that.
Yeah, we should.
It's happening all the time now.
That's actually not a terrible idea.
Sean, are you like secretly a hacker when you're not doing this? The other thing. Sean hacked Facebook and almost blew up their server. All right, so